Hello. Today I would like to spend some time continuing along the lines that we've been talking about, which is how God leads us. We've been using Romans chapter 8 as one of our texts, verses 14 and verse 16. Verse 14 says, "For as many as are led by the Spirit of God, these are the sons or the children of God." And verse 16 says that the Spirit Himself bears witness with our spirit that we are children of God. And we've also been looking at Proverbs chapter 20, verse 27, which says, "The spirit of a man is the candle of the Lord, searching all the inward parts of the belly." And what we've talked about is more or less that God is going to lead us through our spirit. I like to say it this way: I am a spirit, I have a soul, and I live in a body. And so for me to be led by God, He's going to lead me through my spirit, because that is what contacts the spirit realm. Now, one of the ways that God can speak to us is through what I would like to refer to as the inward voice. Last week we talked about the inward witness, where the Spirit of God bears witness on the inside of us. But your spirit also has a voice, and I'm not talking about an audible voice that someone else would hear, but sometimes you can hear that still small voice down on the inside of you. And more or less what that is, it is our spirit passing on to our minds what our spirits have picked up from the Holy Spirit within us. See, we have the Holy Spirit on the inside of us. When we were born again, that happened. And so that Holy Spirit on the inside of us, our spirit picks up some things that the Spirit of God says, and it relays that on to our minds. And so sometimes you'll hear that almost like a voice on the inside of you. It may be just a word, or it may be a phrase. I remember one instance years and years ago when I was teaching high school, and I got into the spring, and I knew that I was called to the ministry at that point. But I was sitting in church one Sunday morning, and I just went to open my Bible and read my Bible, and down on the inside of me, I heard the word Rhema. And I didn't know anything about what Rhema was, other than the fact I was pretty sure that was the name of the school that my pastor had went to. But I didn't know anything about the school at all, didn't know where it was, I didn't know who taught there, I didn't know anything about it at all. But I heard that word Rhema on the inside, and so I started to research that and look it up, and sure enough, that was where God wanted me to go to school. And so I went there, and I was trained for the ministry at Rhema. But it was just that word that came up on the inside of me, that still small voice inside of my spirit. There have been times where I've been leading worship in service before, and I've been standing there playing my guitar and singing, and I have heard a word on the inside that was specific to someone that I saw in the congregation. And most times what that happens for is to help me to better minister to them. And so it's not something that happens all the time. The most frequent way you're going to be led is by the inward witness. But there are times when that inward voice will speak in order to give you guidance or to lead you in a specific way. I can only say for me, most times that was when God really needed to get my attention about something. And he needed to make it clear. I can be a little stubborn sometimes, and so there are times when God has spoken a word to me to help give me direction in my life. So as you go through life, look for that inward witness and listen for that inward voice, that still small voice of the Spirit on the inside of you, and it'll bless you and it'll help you in your everyday life. Thank you, and have a good day.